Once upon a time, in a galaxy far, far away, there were two techs named.
Nope. Nope. Fuck it.
What the fuck, man?
Keep it short.
Fuck you, kid!
I was at a house in town Chelmsford. I actually grew up there in Mass, and I think it was to add a digital box or no, it was a trouble call. She was having problems with one of her TVs in the back and showed up, knocked on the door, and her grandson answered the door, and he was probably, I don't know, 16, 17. So he was senior in high school, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm inside the house and I'm talking to the lady and we're trying to figure out what's going on with her TV. And I think it ended up being a signal issue, I believe, but I could never actually find out and fix it because when I went outside to go grab my tool bag out of my truck, a cop was out there, pointed a gun in my face and told me to freeze. Apparently the lady's grandson was dealing heroin in high school, and the cops ended up trying to do a bust because somebody came by to pick up and they thought I was involved. The kid turned around and goes, "Nope, he's the cable guy. Honestly, just let him go." And I was like, "I'm just the cable guy, man. Let me go back in my truck." And they're like, "Get the hell out of here." And I'm like, "All right, well, as soon as you get the kids pinned off the front of my truck, I will."
Mm.
I have no idea whatever happened, but that was a crazy moment.
Here you go. I got you. I got you. All right, where I live at in North Georgia, there's if you go, I don't know, 5, 6, 8 miles, you go over into kind of the rough side of Tennessee, maybe 10 miles.
Is that where the tooth count goes down?
No, no, I'm talking like ghetto, graffiti,
Oh, so
you
the
know,
gold teeth goes up.
yeah, gold teeth, yeah. Uh, anyway, when I was a tech, I always worked in North Georgia, and I rarely went to Tennessee. After, I mean, I started in Tennessee, but when they shipped me down here, I rarely went back up there. Every now and then I pick up a trouble call here and there, but rarely ever. Well, this one Sunday, there was only two techs in Georgia on Sundays, and for whatever reason, we were done, like both of us, at like 3 o'clock. And this is back when we worked 8 to 5. And they gave me an SRO to help a guy that I knew actually before I started in cable. This guy was married to a lady that worked for my mom. My mom ran a maid service for a long time, and this lady, his wife, worked for my mother. So I actually knew these people to a point, you know. I mean, I wasn't like best friends with them, but I knew who they were. And he was a pretty good tech, and he was pretty quick, and he stayed on top of stuff. So it was really weird that Sean calls me, my boss, and he's like, "Man, this guy's been over here for like all day." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, he's been there all day." I was like, "Okay." He said, "Just go over there and help him get done so we can all go home because, you know, the supervisor on Sundays over everywhere, right? They want to go too." So I drove, and I was actually on the furthest end of my system. So it took me an hour to get up there. And I get up to this, like, it's like a duplex too. And I'm like, how the hell has he been in a duplex all day? And it was like a brick duplex. The doors are like maybe 2 feet apart, right? Where you go in for each one.
Yeah.
He's sitting in his truck. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? And I knocked on the window. I was like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I ain't going back in there. I said, why? But he wouldn't tell me why. He's just like, I just ain't going back in there. I said, I want to go the fuck home, man. We can get off on time today. Can we just get the fuck on out of here and let's just finish this shit?
Yeah.
He's like, I ain't going back in there. I said, fuck you. I'll go. What's left? He goes, I got to hook up a DTA in a bedroom. I said, so you've been sitting here all day to hook a DTA up in a bedroom? He goes, I ain't going back in there. So I knocked on the door. I said, fuck you. And I knocked on the door, and he said, come in. And I walked in. The biggest jacked up dude I've ever seen in my life is plowing a hooker. And he doesn't even stop. It's
Good for
like in
him.
motion, like he's in the motion and he's pointing. He's like, it's back here, big dog. It's back here. And I was like, oh man, I forgot my meter. And I walked back out of the truck. I said, is it because this dude's banging a hooker? Is that why you don't want to go back in there? Because surely he ain't been doing this all day. He goes, nah, man, dude, there's been drug dealers here. I've been scared to leave because I'm afraid the dude's going to shoot me. And we waited like 20 minutes. and we try to walk back in there. And I said, I'll go with you. You'll be all right. So I go to walk back in there. Now this lady's passed out on the couch. He's in his underwear. And then I notice on the table, there's like 4 pistols on the table and a big pile of cocaine.
Hey, but
so we're looking like
at least the fucking guy put his underwear back on.
Yeah, thankfully. I'm glad it might have scared me or intimidated me, one of the two. But anyway, long story short, dude, after I seen that, I was like, so we hooked that box up real quick and ran out. And I called Sean. I said, dude, this is what's going on. He goes, why didn't he answer the phone? I said, fuck if I know. Because Sean had called him like all day trying to see what the hell's going on. And he never answered the phone. I don't know if he was just like scared. He was like scared to death. The guy had guns and coke. And I actually walked in on him on the job. And
yeah,
I was like, fuck this dude, just let's go right now. So I backed up and left, and I said, yeah, I'll leave you here. I don't give a fuck. And I took off. But it was fucked up, man. It was like some Scarface shit.
Christ. Yeah, that's pretty fucked.
But I've never met anybody in my life that if somebody walks in on them, like getting it on, that they're going to keep going.
No.
And be like, yeah, man, it's over there.
Like, good for him if he can freaking successfully do it. I don't think I could.
I would either. I think I'd lose it.
Oh, yeah, immediately. Well, it depends. If it was a cable guy, yeah. Yeah, I think I would. Yep.
Yeah, I would. But good for him, man. He powered through.
Hey, way to go, champ. That's a fucking free premium channel for a month for a guy right there. Oh, fuck. Like what you just heard? Then don't forget to click that subscribe button. Questions for the host or just want to say hello? You can email us at catvtechtalk@gmail.com or find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/catvtechs. Thanks again for joining us, and don't forget, climbing, crawling, drilling, driving is just the beginning.